So welcome to Max Route, and we are heading to a spooky tour in Edinburgh, Ghostbuster tour. So we're actually parked at Ingleston, which is free to park. So free to park in here, all good, and then we're going to head just over there for the tram, get a ticket and tram into Edinburgh. We're going to get a bite to eat because our tour doesn't start till 9 o'clock. So we've got parked up. Davy's ready to go.
Yep. I'm ready it. Not my kind of thing.
Ready to go. So looking forward to it.
Having fun.
Having fun. So if anybody's interested, if you're parking here, it's free to park, and you get the tram in. I think it's back here 11 or something. The last tram back might be different. Yep. So we're going to go over here, get a tram ticket, and then head into Edinburgh for something to eat.
Miles away.
Yeah, pardon?
We're parked miles away.
Parked miles away, parked miles away. It's just there here. So, let's go and get a ticket.
Every few minutes anyway, yeah. I think it's every 4 or 5 minutes.
7 minutes or something. Yeah, so we'll go and get a ticket and then we'll get heading. So, see you in a bit. Then we got two tickets. Two return tickets.
For £6.80.
£6.80 return. Yep, £3.40. So that's quite good. Free parking and £6.80 each. Together, £6.80. Pretty good. So it just shows you that the tram as well stops right outside Murrayfield. So this is getting to Princes Street. We're getting off just now. Yeah. There we go. Can't see it now, but Edinburgh Castle's up there. Yep. Piper gone. We're just going to go up to the right here.
I think so. I'll double check.
But we're in Edinburgh anyway. That's the gallery. Is it National Gallery or something?
Fare quel pezzo lì, qua riempie i polmoni, no? Quello lì è tutto con respiro. Poi quando finisce l'aria, però dove fa tutto?
never seen this bit before. That's what we want. Right. Keep walking up or...
That's St Giles, yeah. So where was it about this?
Eh?
Where did we go?
Yeah, the one is Dickens. House over here, that's oh yeah, it's just in here. In his car.
Right.
That's the castle up there, you can see it in the distance where the actual tattoo was. That's the Royal Mile we're on now. St Giles? I think so. And then you've got the High Court here. This is the High Court where the bad boys go, and girls. That's the High Court. St Giles Cathedral. This is where the Queen was, eh? She was laid in there. Might sound a bit off now and again. No, High Court's back there. That's where they take over that, I can't remember. We need to find somewhere to go and have something to eat for a wee while. So we'll go over there. Is there always entertainment in Edinburgh somewhere? I think we're going here for a pizza. Yeah? Right, pizzas. Pizza's on the call. Catch you in a bit. So we couldn't get pizza because you've got to book. 30 minutes wait. Nah, we'll just go and find somewhere else. So we're going at the filling station. I didn't know we'd have to book for pizza. So hopefully we'll get something in here. We'll go and see. So David, we're in the filling station now and you're having a what else are you eating?
Classic burger.
Classic burger. And I'm having a brew, there it's it, with sourdough barbecue brisket pizza. So hopefully all good.
Can't wait because we're starving.
So there you go, that's where we are in the filling station. We'll have a nice wee booth right at the end here. So we've found a seat. I think this here is the French consulate for Scotland.
Right across from St.
And we've got a seat here, right across from St Giles. And what we've decided today is just get out and about and have a wee tour of Edinburgh. Trams are great if you try to bring the car in. As we said, 340 return, so it was fantastic. Yeah, we've had our pizza and our burger and that, and we're just sitting relaxing.
Stuffed?
Yeah, stuffed. Not stuffed pizza, but stuffed. Stuffed food. So sit back, relax very well. We've got to go up there to Deacon Brodie's at what time?
About 8:30 we're going.
About 8:30. Then ready for the bus for 9. Then it's 75 minutes for the tour. And then we've got to make our way down to get the tram back to Ingleston Park and Ride. So should be good, hopefully. I think you can hear it's party time in Edinburgh. Saturday night party time.
And why not?
Yeah. Still loads of people. What's the time now?
Nearly 7:15.
7:15. Still loads of tourists going about.
The entertainment's closed though.
Yeah, they're all shutting down now. It's went quiet in the Piper squadrons.
I think they're swapping over. There was somebody else.
Is there?
Like the full outfit ones. So.
There's wee areas where you can walk and go and see the buildings or the old architect stuff like that. And you can see walk down there. Not where we're going to because we're sitting having a relaxing time. Maybe we have to go and find a shop to get some water and stuff.
Aye.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah. All good. Bit of excitement going on. 3 fire engines, isn't it? you know. That's the bus tour we're booked on at 9 o'clock. So we've got to hang about now because Debbie booked us on the late one. Sweet door down there, so. Up there is the way to the Edinburgh Castle. We'll just go up for a wee bit and then we'll come back down.
Up for the tattoo.
Yeah. There's Ensign OUTE pub. And we wait till the cars go past and we'll get across. Well, Edinburgh's calming down now. Everything's getting quiet. Yeah, there's a castle up there. Oh.
Camera up.
Yeah. I found a wee park, well, parking our body bit. Bollard waiting on the bus to come. We still got, how long we got?
About 40 minutes.
About 40 minutes to wait. So, about people watching here, everything that's going on. See why people watch with us. This is it. This is quiet Edinburgh. No lights. That's how you get killed. So we'll just sit here and wait and see till the bus gets here. let's say, it's starting to quieten well down now. So.
Gentlemen, and welcome aboard the Edinburgh Ghost Bus. Tonight we will be taking a rather unusual sightseeing tour around the darker sides of the city. We shall be visiting places of death, murder, traffic jams, and supernatural activity. The consummation of alcohol is strictly forbidden. Chitty chatting is not encouraged. And finally, please do not touch the bell, or the lamp, or the seat, or the floor, or the ceiling, or each other. You may touch yourselves if you wish, but bear in mind this is a family show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is a very dark bus with a spooky and grisly history. Sometimes people get hurt on board. There have been so many incidents that we have been forced to install CCTV. Hiya! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am your ghostly guide this evening. My name is Spooky Samuel. But enough about me, I'm ranting on all about myself. Let's have a look at you. I'm dying to get to know you. And there are cameras all around to make sure that I can. This is our downstairs cam. Give us a wave downstairs in the creepy crypt. Looking charming down there. A bit more enthusiasm wouldn't go, I mean. How about a little cheer? What do you say? We like to hear it. How does it compare to upstairs in the ghoulish gallery? Looking charming up there as well. Ooh, very enthusiastic. Upstairs. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a quick check of the foot cam just to make sure you're all safe and sound down there, shall we? Give us a wiggle of your feet there, please. Lift up your tootsies, don't be shy. I'm waiting. Yes. So you see, you're all perfectly safe so far, and that was completely genuine. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, before we begin, I think I should tell you a bit about the history of this bus, don't you think? And it's not very nice. So say your prayers. I'm coming up those stairs. Hiya. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are sitting on board one of the original Route Master funeral buses. Dead bodies were stored on this thing. In 1967, a mysterious fire destroyed almost our entire funeral bus fleet. Only one bus survived the flame. Route Master number 6. That's what said. Very bus you're on tonight, lucky you. Very strange things happen on board this bus. No, I won't say much. Because the management won't allow me to. All I'll say is that there's nobody hiding in the corners waiting to frighten you. Nobody's going to touch you. Not since the court came. And nobody's going to be jumping out! So, if you feel a breeze on the back of your neck, or a sanitized hand running through your head, then it is entirely genuine. This gentleman looks very brave. I like a challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, during the door, if you're facing forward and I say look left, then you look left. If you're facing backwards and I say look right, then you look left. Some of you look confused. But who the hell cares? I don't. I've got a tour to get on with. So let's travel back in time to a time of death, disease, poverty, and prostitution. And that was just last week.
Well, maybe we should, guys. Oh no,
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit strange. Some strange things going on this evening, but I'm sure it won't continue. Alright, did you miss me downstairs? You thought you were safe? Oh dear, I'm afraid not. What a pity. Anything can happen on the guest bus tour. So we're off, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking for ghosts, ghouls, demons, poltergeists. I'm so excited I can taste sick in my mouth. Don't worry, it's not my own. Have a look to the left-hand side, ladies and gentlemen, to catch the first spooky setting of our tour. We're looking out on the left-hand side to see none other than Princess Street Gardens. Now, Princess Street Gardens was not always the charming and lovely gardens it is today. It was, in fact, a filthy body of water known as the Norloch. That's how you say it in Scotland, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the rules. The Norloch was the filthiest open sewer in Europe, a popular spot for the popular medieval sport of witch dunking. That's right. Suspected witches were brought to this spot and tested to see if they were, in fact, witches. The suspected witches had their hands and feet tied together and they were thrust brutally into the loch. If they floated, they were deemed to be witches and therefore taken away and burned. But if they sank to the bottom, ladies and gentlemen, they were deemed not to be witches and therefore set free and buried. A very fair system, I think you'll all agree. We're getting on so well already. Well, in the 1800s, they drained the Norloch, and that's when they discovered the skeletons. Over 200 skeletons were found in this area alone, all belonging to the old Edinburgh witches. On quiet nights wandering through Princess Street Gardens, sometimes their screams can still be heard today. Have a listen out now, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear the screams of the old Edinburgh witches tonight? No. Ah, what a pity. It must be their night off. Now, we're crossing over Princess Street at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. This is the famous shopping street of Edinburgh, known for its shops and so said to be haunted by the ghost of British home stores. As we head into the new town, let's look out for the next ghost of our tour. We're looking out for the ghost of the Mad Lady in Blue. Her name was Jane Burnelt. She used to own a costume and clothing shop up here on George Street on the left-hand side. I'll point it out to you when we get there. Jane Burnelt sold her shop in 1892, after which point she went completely mad. Round the bend, cray cray, as the young king said, and she kept on turning up to her old shop, demanding that they give it back to her. She had to be forcibly removed. Eventually Jane fell into a total state of madness and sadly died. But it's on George Street that she can still be seen today, wandering up and down the street, peering into old shop windows and wondering which shop belonged to her. From the back, she looks like any ordinary lady dressed in blue, but from the front, her face is a deathly face of twisted terror. She could be wearing any kind of blue tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Blue silk, blue satin, blue wool, blue fur, blue tartan, blue secret. Goodness me, those traffic lights were taking a while. Have a look to the left hand side, ladies and gentlemen. Do you see any ladies dressed in blue? Because there's a lady in a blue jacket over there, ladies and gentlemen. Jane's obviously moving with the times, but I might be colorblind as well. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of mad people, I forgot to introduce you to somebody. How rude of me. I forgot to introduce you to our driver. The man, the myth, the legend, the maniac behind the wheel. His name is Angus. He's actually just got his provisional license today. So as you can imagine, it's a very happy day on the Edinburgh Ghost Bus. We can actually chat to him through a wee intercom I've installed over here. Let's see if he can tell us anything interesting about the history of old Edinburgh, shall we? Angus, over to you, please. Angus, don't be shy, please, Angus. Angus!
Aye, oh yes,
Well, isn't that lovely? I didn't even know that myself, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Angus. That's great to know. Oh, Angus, that's disgusting. Have you been drinking on the job again? You know what the management said.
Yeah, any nice ladies on board? I'm looking for a new girlfriend.
What happened to the girlfriend you had last week, Angus?
She's dead now.
Alright, let's switch him off. Apologies about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm afraid Angus is only new to the job, and he's still a bit wet behind the ears. Because I've been licking the back of his head. Angus is actually a medium. He only recently became a medium. Before that, he was a small. Apologies about this, ladies and gentlemen. These jokes are in my script. They're all part of my contract. We've got an hour of this rubbish to get through. A very scary prospect, I think you'll all agree. Have a look to the right-hand side now, please. We're passing by Queen Street Gardens. In the 1930s, two men were wandering through Queen Street Gardens when suddenly a woman rushed towards them and collapsed on the ground, covered in blood. Well, naturally, the two men ran off to find help, but when they returned, there was no sight of any woman, no sight of any blood anywhere nearby. The two men later identified the woman from a photograph of a woman who had been brutally murdered in the exact same spot at the exact same time the year before. Well, I think that calls for a sharp intake of breath, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready? I hope so. 1, 2, 3. Spooky, that's right. How's the traffic tonight, Angus? Everything running smoothly, I hope. Angus, don't be shy, please, Angus. Angus!
Did you tell them that dead bodies were stored on this bus?
Yeah, I did mention that, Angus. I didn't want to dwell on it.
So many bodies. Lots and lots and lots.
Stop!
I can smell that.
Oh, try changing your vest once in a while, you minger.
Some of them are still here. Are still here.
I just...
Are still here.
Sorry, we seem to have lost Angus there, ladies and gentlemen. He's been acting very strangely recently. He only recently came out of hospital. Every day in hospital, they fed him haggis, meat, and tatties. He was in the burns unit. Have a look to the right-hand side, please, ladies and gentlemen. We're passing by Charlotte Square on the right-hand side. You see, we are currently in the new town of Edinburgh, ladies and gentlemen. So called because in the 18th century, it was new. The areas around the town are named after the royal family of the time. So we've passed over George Street, named after King George III. We've passed by Princess Street, named after his two sons. And finally we've passed by Queen Street Gardens, named after Freddie Mercury. No, named after Queen Charlotte. Queen Charlotte is known to make appearances around the city and elsewhere. She most recently made an appearance on the raunchy Netflix drama Bridgerton. Some viewers describe the appearance as chilly. Netflix and chilly. Have a look to the left-hand side now. We're passing by St. John's Church, haunted by the ghost of the crying girl. But look here on the left-hand side, ladies and gentlemen, what have we got coming up? It's a graveyard. I love a graveyard, me. Let's get Angus to stop the bus here, please. Ladies and gentlemen, you're all very welcome to St. Cuthbert's graveyard. The oldest graveyard in all of old Edinburgh. This graveyard is particularly famous for its body snatchers. These were resurrection man criminals who used to break into the graveyard late at night, steal dead bodies and sell them to the medical faculty of Edinburgh University. Because of that, and for other reasons, the graveyard is said to be particularly haunted. So haunted, in fact, that we simply couldn't pass it by without paying it a little visit, don't you think? Ladies and gentlemen, this will be a 10-minute optional walking tour of St. Cuthbert's graveyard. There are steps and stairs and areas of uneven, dark ground. Enter at your own peril. But for those of you who are brave enough, in just a moment we're going to dismount the bus in a very COVID-friendly fashion, leading from the downstairs first, followed by you upstairs. I haven't forgotten about you up here. Ladies and gentlemen, when we get off the bus, we are going to gather around the bottom of the steps, just inside the graveyard, and we will continue from there when I join you. Please be very careful on the steps and stairs tonight. If anyone does fall, please make sure I'm watching. I could do with a laugh tonight. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, give me one moment to lock up my cupboard, and then on to St. Cuthbert's graveyard.
It's haunted by the ghosts of a little orphan girl, buried in the part of the graveyard known as Bairns No. That means children's hill. The little orphan girl physically attacks people. Before she attacks you, she will pull or tap you on the back of your coat. So if you ever find yourself wandering through that graveyard, and you feel a pulling or a tugging on the back of your coat, do not turn around, because if you do, you will come to a horrible, sticky end, like a witch the most twisted, sickest brain could not imagine. Make you very glad you don't bother going in now. This is St. Cuthbert's Church. This particular building dates back to the 1800s, but there has been a church on this same site for around 1,000 years. If you're into your murder mystery books, Agatha Christie was married in that very building back in the 1930s. She'd been married before, you see, in England. She'd gotten divorced. To remarry again, she had to come out of the way, up here to this little church in Edinburgh. Now in old Edinburgh they had a nasty habit. No, not picking their nose and eating it like some of you. Burying people alive. By mistake. You see, back in those days, medical knowledge wasn't very advanced. And you didn't let a dead body hang around for too long. There was plagues, there was disease. So if you thought someone was dead, you buried them very quickly. Because of this, many people were buried before their time. They were buried alive, and it happened quite often in St Cuthbert's kirkyard. In fact, it happened so often they had to invent an alarm system using bells. So they would tie a rope to the wrist of the dead body, inside the coffin, 6 foot deep. This rope would be attached to a little bell on the surface. So if you found yourself waking up in a coffin, buried alive and trapped, all you had to do was pull on your rope, ring your wee bell, and someone would come running in and dig you up. Isn't that handy? I'm sure if any of you lot were walking through this graveyard one late dark night and heard a bell going, you'd be right in with a shovel digging away, wouldn't you? Well, you wouldn't have to. You see, that was someone's job, to sit in the graveyard all night long, all alone in the dark, listening out for the bells. And that's where the term graveyard shift comes from. If you were dug up and saved, then you were saved by the bell. Saved by the bell. And you were known as a dead ringer. See, it's educational, this stuff. Don't be fooled by these gravestones you're seeing here. These stones are mostly from Victorian times. In actual fact, there are bodies buried in this graveyard that date back as far as the 8th century. This is the original graveyard built under Edinburgh Castle itself. The castle stands on top of Castle Rock, an extinct volcano. It's haunted by several ghosts. One of the ghosts was an old man being held in the castle dungeons, due to be executed for some crime or other. Of course, he really didn't want to die. And he watched all the comings and goings from the castle, and he realised that once a week they put all the dung, all the horrible smelly waste products into a big barrel. And he put this barrel onto a cart, drove it out the castle gates down the Royal Mile. So this old man got to thinking, if he could hide himself inside the barrel of dung, perhaps he could escape.
We travel up here as well. You may catch a glimpse of the ghost of that hanged man. Now he seemed to wander up and down the left-hand side of this street with burn marks around his neck from where the noose strangled him. And if you look back to the right-hand side, ladies and gentlemen, you may catch a glimpse of Deacon Brodie. Now, Deacon Brodie was the original Jekyll and Hyde. Sorry about this little stuff. We'll just check the cameras there again. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. We should be able to get back to sorry, we seem to have lost the lights there, ladies and gentlemen. Give me one moment, I'll try and get them back on. I do apologise. got on this bus, Andrew?
You've picked up another passenger.
I didn't pick up anybody. Nobody got on this bus, Andrew.
It's her. Jenny's here.
Jenny. Ignore him, ladies and gentlemen. He's only trying to spook you. Let's get these lights back on, shall we? I'm sorry about this. This doesn't normally happen. There we are. Let's look for ghosts outside the bus, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, look to the right-hand side. See if you can see the ghostly lady, Mrs. Guthrie. Now, she was a very naughty lady in the 19... Angus? Angus, it's happening again. Angus, you're going to have to stop this bus, please. I can't continue like this. Angus, stop this bus, please. I can't continue like this. Stop this bus, please. Stop this bus, please, Angus! Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologise. I'm afraid I don't think I can continue with this evening's tour. I'm going to call head office and tell them what's going on. There's just too many interruptions going on at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seats, please remain calm, and please do exactly as I say, and close all the curtains around the bus. This is not a joke. This is not a drill. Please close the curtains. I will explain everything in just a moment. If you're too nervous to close the curtains, ladies and gentlemen, please pull yourself together. Thank you.
Probably best we don't see him, to be fair. He's gonna fall over it,
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid we cannot continue with this evening's tour. There is something with us on board this bus, something evil and something dangerous, and quite frankly, it would be irresponsible of me to go on. I'm going to take you back now to the Lawn Market where we first got on board the bus this evening. I'm sorry to cut the show slightly short. But before we go, I have a little idea. If you lot really are ghost hunters and came here to see some ghosts, and if this bus really is haunted, then I say we speak to the ghost on board this bus tonight. Between us we can combine our energy, reach out to the other side and confront it. Between us we can kick its head in and stop it destroying my Ghost Bus show. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight on the Ghost Bus for the first time we are going to perform a seance. Now I know what you're thinking, seances can be a little bit dangerous, but everything's been running so smoothly so far this evening, ladies and gentlemen. There's no reason to think why it shouldn't continue to do so. Now to perform a seance, ladies and gentlemen, it's very simple. We need to first create a field of energy. This can be done in a number of ways, but we tend to do it by group humming. In just a moment we're all going to begin humming and we will summon the ghost on board this bus. Again, this could be dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. That's alright, no problem at all. No probs. No, you're okay. No problem. Wimps. No, I'm joking that they weren't feeling well, that's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all begin group humming and summon the ghost on board this bus. Again, this could be dangerous. I will see you on the other side. On the count of 3, let us begin. 1, 2, 3. Let me hear you upstairs. Beautiful, quite the choir upstairs. Let me hear you downstairs. Beautiful. Spirits, come through. Show us a sign. Throw something, bang something, make a noise. Spirits, come through. Show us you're there. Oh, I don't like the sound of that, ladies and gentlemen. I think there was something there. It might have left us now. We might be okay. Thank God. Oh, shit. Spirit, who are you? Are you the ghost woman, Jenny? Why do you keep on coming on board this bus? Why do you keep on interfering with my Ghost Bus show? What do you want from these nice people? Is there someone sitting in the ghost seat downstairs? Is there someone sitting in the ghost seat upstairs? I don't like this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not qualified for this. I'm only qualified for low-quality comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to run back to head office and tell them what's happening. Please, in the meantime, remain in your seats. And please, whatever you do, remain calm. Thank you. a strange chill coming over me.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all night long.
You've been a fantastic crowd tonight. We're currently heading back to the lawn market where you first got on board the bus this evening, and when we get there we are going to dismount the bus in the same COVID-friendly fashion we did at the graveyard, leading from the downstairs first, leading from my friends here at the back, followed by you upstairs. I haven't forgotten about you up there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you on board this evening. If you enjoyed the show tonight, tips are accepted, but by no means expected. We have got a little tip hat on the way out, but if you really enjoyed the show this evening, we always appreciate a cheeky review on TripAdvisor. If you liked me, my name is Spooky Samuel. If you didn't, you can call me Frightening Freddy. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the views as we head back to the lawn market. Please don't have any nightmares. And once again, thank you for travelling with Ghost Bus Tours. Any final words, Angus? Don't be shy, Angus.
Thanks for coming. Now get the hell off my bus.
Ooh, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the show.
Going down the lady. What's it called?
Ladies Close or something.
Steers Close. Writer's Corner or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see?
You're watching any fall.
I know.
Oh.
Or he's going upstairs in Edinburgh.
So where are we doing? We're in Princess Street now. Waiting on a tram coming that way.
2 minutes, sorry.
2 minutes away and we'll head back to the car. So we've had a spooky tour.
It's good.
It's alright, I wouldn't say it was great. But,
James forward us home.
I wouldn't say it was great, but it was okay. How much was it cost us?
I can't remember, it was that long ago we booked it.
What's it, 50 odd quid? 40?
I really can't say, we'll put it on, we can...
We'll try and shove the price on it anyway so you can see. It was entertaining. I don't think there was a lot of spookiness, I think it was a lot of effects. But it was entertaining anyway, it's a night out, so...
Jumpy moments.
No.
There was jumpy moments.
Right, anyway, so we're waiting on the tram, heading back to the car.
Good evening.
So we're going to stop here for tonight, and we'll probably see us up there. So, time to go.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you later.